Hello, so this is a quick tip on foot placement with waving. So usually if you're waving any direction, you got to have your feet in a certain placement to help you turn directions. So I kind of broke this down into a little system where you can either turn at your fingers or your shoulders. And there's different ways you can do this, but I'll focus on the four corners, so left, right, and back as well. So the first would be the right corner out there. So when you're doing a basic arm wave, like either in or out, you can just put your foot in this right corner and send the wave out that direction. And if you want to change direction to the left, this is where you can step to the left corner. So we'll just focus on two corners for now because it's a little bit easier. Step to the right or to the left. And just start throwing a basic wave. So wave, and then as you get to about your shoulder here, or on this side, then you can step with the other leg and pass the wave out this direction. So the transition points are your fingers and your shoulders. So I'll show you again. Start the wave here, and then I get to about my right shoulder, and this is where my right leg comes into the corner like that. So you have to think about it, whatever sides you want the wave to come out on is the leg that comes forward at the same time. If you step your right leg out here, this is when you would like send the wave out this way. Or once you get to the fingertips, you can also turn. So focus on this right now. So wave from the shoulder, and then step to the left and turn. So as we step, we're turning the arm out this direction. So send the wave out, step and turn, and then as you get to the right shoulder again, step out to the right corner like that. And so this is only the corners and like diagonal lines if you think about it, like, so these are only like the four corners. You can do it backwards, any direction. And the other way you can do it would be, so now you kind of reverse that, and if you want to go to the same side, you break that rule of same arm and same leg. And I'll show you how you can do this. So basically, so you've got to send the wave out to here. It gets to about my elbow, and then you can stop at your elbow, and then you can send the right arm to this direction. So now you're focusing more on the direction you want the wave to go in, rather than which arm you're using. If that makes sense. So whereas before it was right leg and right arm, now we've got the right arm going to the left. So it's kind of like the opposite concept. And you have to, if you want to do it like that, you have to start with the shoulder. So the wave will be coming out here, you get to the elbow, and then you switch and get to this side. So if you're doing it fast, it will look like this. So wave, get to the right, and then to the left. Or you could reverse that, and you could wave it back to the elbow, and then step and get to the shoulder, and then come out like that. So anything you can do forward, you can do it back. You can like reverse that same technique as well. And the other way of using your feet would be having one foot in front of the other, and this just allows you to turn with your waves as well. So if you were to wave like directly in front of you, and you want to turn to the side with it, this is where you just add that pivot as well. So the foot placement helps you turn a little bit. It's a bit harder to turn if your feet are like this, like parallel with each other. You can still do that, it's just a little bit awkward because your feet have to turn out like that, but you can do it like that as well. So just be mindful of where your feet are when you're waving. So the other way you can use your legs would be kind of like with threading. So if you were to wave down to this leg, then you can like control this leg wherever it goes. So you could have the wave like coming down, coming back, coming forwards, just like that. So when you trace, your arm can pretty much control where this leg goes as well. And with threading, same kind of thing. So you just thread through, and then you can do the same concept. So it's like leg comes in and then up. Or if you're down here, you can push it out, right? So if we're not tracing, we can also use our legs in a similar way as well. So we can just send a wave down, we can use the sitting position, and then we can use the concept of turning like this, and then we can send the wave out this direction as well. And because our legs are like one's in front of the other, then you can just grab this leg, bring it up, turn out. So there's lots of different stuff you can do with your legs. Even if you want to like have one leg behind the other, like a cross leg position, you could wave and kind of like put your leg behind the other one. And this is good for tracing because you have like this cross line where you can choose to go behind your leg or in front. And I like to often go down like this, or play around with the behind line like that. So it does look good if you were to bring this leg in front, and then you can kind of like turn, and then use like your back and stuff, weight behind your back and all that as well. Or you got this like this loop in there where you can like thread and pass it around and do all sorts of stuff from there. So besides like just creating like tutting lines and ground moves, this is mostly like how you can step with a wave to just change your direction, because when you send the wave up, you're going to be usually looking in that same direction where you're waving, right? So you also need to get used to like just pivoting as well. So if you don't want to step, you just want to like do a pivot, you can just pivot one foot and then come back, or pivot this foot out. As long as you are intentionally placing your foot in the right position, then it'll still look good, right? So intentions to your movement make a huge difference. And I think that's pretty much the basics. Besides, like if you were just doing a diagonal wave like this, then you can just like add like a 180 kind of turn with that. So that also kind of matters. If you were doing it on more of a horizontal line, this plane here, then you could just like wave and turn your feet in like this. So this sets you up to do a full 360 or a 180, just depending on where you want to wave. So if you were to do a trace wave like this, then this is where you would kind of like turn your feet like that. Then you need to get used to step, turn, step, turn. So if you take the wave out, it's just a step and turn motion. So step, turn, step, turn. So that's all I'm doing with my feet. I'm just adding a wave in there with that. So just turning, and then step, turn. So I made quite a few of these videos talking about footwork. So I just wanted to cover something different in this video, which was like that little system on how you can go from right to left, because there is a trick to it, like 2 specific points, or maybe three specific points where you can change direction. So first being shoulder out here, second point being fingertips, which is where you change direction here, and the other point being elbow, which is where you would boom, wave out there. So there are your 3 points. At any point you can change your body. You could like here, 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 here. So each of these points you can do something different from your body. Whether it's your wrist, elbow, shoulders, but mainly with stepping, I think it looks cool if you keep it simple, maybe to like 2 or 3 max. It's easier for the person to understand like kind of what you're doing. So step right, wave out, step left, wave. And then maybe when I get to the shoulders, step again, and then we'll reverse that. We'll go to shoulder, turn, and then get to the finger, turn, and then get to the shoulder again, turn and step, and then we'll try elbows this time. So wave to shoulder, now elbow, and out. Or we wave to the elbow, and out. And then we can do the same thing, elbow, and out. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I think that covers it, and I hope you can understand kind of like what I mean. But yeah, peace out guys.